Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the cast of Pretty Little Liars, the main 5. I'm starting off with Aria Montgomery, and I actually think I found her the hardest out of all of them. I don't know what it was, I just couldn't seem to get her face right, so I think she looked the least like all of the characters out of all 5, but I did my absolute best, so hopefully she looks somewhat similar. You guys can let me know what you think I have done wrong in the comments below. I also hope you guys can't hear my dryer going in the background, but unfortunately it's gonna have to be running. Sometimes you just gotta do your washing. So yes, it took me ages to find the eyelashes that I wanted to use. I think that I ended up going with a completely separate, like the version 2 ones, and yeah, those were these ones here. Aria tends to have like a smoky sort of eyeliner across the top of her eyes, so I wanted to try and find something that was similar to that, and I looked for that for ages, and ended up going with like a bit of a line on the top, and then also a tiny bit of makeup as well. And then as for the hair, I went through the hair for so long. Like I've got quite a few custom content hairs. I didn't really want to use clay hair on any of them, so I went through all the custom content hair, and it took me ages, and I was like going through it and going, nope, that one looks like Emily, nope, that one looks like Hannah. So it took me so long to find the right hair. It's all kind of obviously a bit shorter and faster as you're watching it on here, but I eventually found it and I was like, yep, that is the hair. So yeah, I hope that you guys like the choices that I made for that. I wasn't really too sure what I wanted to do with her outfit. Here actually I think I'm just doing the like bronzer and skin details and stuff like that. I put on some of these skin details and they just looked so wrong. I think I ended up going with a relatively light one. But yeah, as for the lips, I went with a really neutral colour with the teeth open, because I feel like she was always like talking or smiling, and I kind of felt like those were the kind of lips that she would have if she was just like resting face. Yeah, so I just kept that very nice and neutral, which you can see now. When I was trying to choose the clothes, I originally wanted to go with like a skirt and then a top, like a big poofy skirt with flowers on it or something, kind of like a Snow White inspired outfit, but just couldn't seem to find anything that was right. All the skirts were like a little bit too long and flat, whereas I wanted something a bit poofier, so I probably should have looked for something previously. But then I started looking through these outfits and I figured they actually look quite a lot like some of the outfits she wears. Like she'd wear the floral dress, the coat over the top, and the belt. So I did end up going with this, but just in a different colour, I believe, and then throwing on a nice pair of boots, which I think looked a lot like her. So you can see me again trying with the skirts but not really liking it. So that was the dress I ended up going with, because I think that was kind of her colours. And then I just went with some little heeled boots, because I felt like she wore boots and heeled boots a lot. So there you go, that's her looks. I went with artist, because like she liked her photography, and I went with creative and art lover, because I figured that kind of tied in well with her whole character. And then I found it really funny because from I think 4 out of 5 they kind of gave me really good starting sims. But anyway, so now I'm moving on to Emily Fields, and I feel like for Emily, she kind of has like this maybe second thickest brows out of all of them, with Aria having the thickest, and I thought these brows were pretty spot on. Took me a little while to get her right. I did end up actually going back and changing her eyes to be a bit darker, because I think they're quite a bit darker than that in real life. But she's also got like these gorgeous long lashes all the time. I think she's got like false lashes on. And yeah, so I just tried to kind of replicate that, and I think I worked it out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how she turned out, and I think the hair that I chose for her is absolutely perfect. Like it just reminds me so much of her hair in the show. Like it's the same wave, it's the same colour, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with my choices there. For her outfit, I was actually loving what she already had on with like the coat and the pants, but well, not with the pants, I mean, sorry, I really like the coat and I like the layers. So I went through the colours, but I didn't like the whole kind of legging look underneath it. I felt like she would probably wear jeans with that outfit. So I had a look around and ended up finding this coat, which I again thought was absolutely perfect for her. Threw on a pair of dark jeans and a pair of brown boots, and felt like that was very Emily. I also was looking for a scarf because I felt like a scarf would be good for her. And then I went athletic because she was obviously a swimmer, that she wanted to do the athletic career, and that she was a bit of a romantic because she did have some of those girlfriends and dates and stuff that she was just very cute with. So now I'm moving on to Hanna Marin. Yeah, there you go. I changed her eye colour. So I'm moving on to Hanna Marin. She was also quite hard. I don't think I got her head shape quite right, but it was as close as I could do. I had photos of them up on a screen beside me just so I could sort of see, but it was just really hard for me to do it. So yeah, I just kept playing around and changing things as I went. I went to put on a skin detail, but they all on Emily, but they all gave her the monolid. No, sorry, the hooded eyelid, but she has a monolid, and I was like, nah, I'll just get rid of them all. I did end up putting a skin detail on Hanna though. So then, because Hanna is blonde, I gave her some like lighter eyelashes, and obviously like the lighter eyebrows. I think I went back and changed them to be a bit more of a warmer color rather than like the really grey color that you can see now. And also just gave her a really neutral lip color and just played around because I felt like that bottom lip was a little bit pointed for me. So there I've changed her eyebrows to like a sort of warmer color. And then I had to play around and was looking at like the colors of hair that I could give her. I quite liked this hair. And then I was like looking, because she tends to wear like the plaits on or curls on the side, and like her hair just pinned up at the top, but I just couldn't find anything that was quite right. So I ended up going to, I think it was a hairstyle that I tried on Aria, but I've obviously tried it on in blonde, and I really quite liked it. So there you can see how the clay hair just doesn't seem to work very well with what I'm going for. So yeah, I ended up going with not this one. I looked at that and was like, well, that's far too long. I thought that one could be close, but it's quite a bit flatter than her hair, so I did end up going for this one that's a little bit wavier. And then for her outfit, I was looking through like Google images of outfits that she'd worn throughout the series, and I found this one outfit that I really wanted to replicate, but I just couldn't find the right top skirt combination, which you can see me playing around with now. So I had this top on, and I was trying to find like a slightly more high-waisted skirt, but the only high-waisted ones were not super nice. The other ones showed off like far too much of her stomach, so I ended up getting rid of that top and going for a different top. I'm not sure if I ended up going for a different skirt as well, but I ended up going for a different top, this top here. Yeah, and I left the skirt on and put her in some what I thought were very Hanna Marin high heels, which you can see me putting on her now. So yeah, and now I'm creating Spencer Hastings. I think Spencer was my favorite. Oh yeah, sorry, I gave her the party animal. What else did we give her? Materialistic, because she kind of likes all the handbags and all of that. And then I also gave her the outgoing, because she's quite an outgoing person and always just says whatever she's thinking. So then I went for Spencer. And as I was saying, Spencer was my favorite character, I think, because she was always the one that kind of challenged Ali, and she was always like really good at school and everything like that. And I'm not saying she didn't have like her hardships and everything, but I just really liked her character. It took me a while to play around with her nose. Like I ended up going through the presets and then editing it, and I still wasn't too happy with her nose, because I think that's like a really defining feature of Troyan's face. But yeah, I ended up just getting it as close as I could and then going from there and putting hair on her. I also figured that Troyan is probably the only one that tends to wear their hair up the most. Like the rest all tend to wear their hair down in curls and stuff, but she did tend to have her hair up in buns and stuff like that. So I wanted to give her a hairstyle that was a bun. So as well as my dryer going in the background, it sounds like there's leaf blowing out on our street, so hopefully you guys can't hear that. So anyway, as I was saying, I put this bun on her. I figured that was pretty good, and then that made her face look completely wrong, so I played around with that for a while and ended up, once I think I put the eyelashes on, I did move the eyes in a little bit more. I think they were out a little bit too far. But yeah, I still wasn't super happy. I wanted also, because like both Troyan and Ali have Ali. Gosh, I've had a mental blank as to what her name is actually in real life. They've got like the bum chin, and I was trying to put that on, but I couldn't seem to do that. So I think that's where I left Troyan. I also had like the perfect top outfit idea in mind for her. So it's one of the custom content tops that I've got. So you'll see me searching for it now. This top here, I just thought that was like absolutely perfect Troyan. And then I wanted to put her in some kind of like work pants. I liked these ones to begin with, but I ended up finding a pair a little bit later on that I liked even more. So you'll see me having a big search around. So these ones here, which I did in black. And then I put some just like comfy as lace up shoes on her, which I thought was very, very Troyan. So I gave her the Renaissance sim, the Genius trait, and also the active because she does play hockey. And then I moved on to Alison. So you can see here, like it gave her blonde hair and everything. It was all a bit weird. Like it knew what I was trying to go for. So I was just trying to find a photo there. But yeah, I think Alison had the bluest eyes out of all of them. Like Hanna had blue eyes, but they were also a little bit more grey. But I think that Alison's were the bluest. So I'm going with a nice blue set for her, so that I didn't give her the same as Hanna. And now I'm just kind of playing around with the face, trying to get the features right. She has a very unique face, so it like took me a while to get the nose and the chin and everything right. Played around with it all for a while, and I think I got pretty close in the end. I wanted to give her like really angular sort of I'm the boss eyes, I'm the boss eyebrows, and I think I did pretty well in that. And the screenshots that I took, which you'll see at the end of this video and also in the thumbnail, she just looks like she's such a boss. She's like, yep, I'm in charge of everybody, and it just, you can see it on her face, and I think I did pretty well there. So I ended up going with this hair for her. I know it wasn't quite right, but I thought it was pretty good anyway. And then I also, being Alison, I wanted to try and find that perfect yellow top. So once I picked the blonde hair, I went through all the tops, just like looking at all the yellows and trying them all on, and I ended up finding one which I think was relatively similar. Not quite the same because it had like the layered ruffles, but relatively similar, and I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. I tried on a heap of necklaces because she does wear like a kind of longer necklace, but unfortunately all the necklaces seemed to go under the shirt, so you couldn't really see it, which was a bit of a pity. And then I just left the shoes that it gave her on because they pretty much matched the ones minus the little flower on the top that she had in all the photos that I found. So yeah, this is me just trying on the necklaces, but as you can see, they all kind of like hid underneath her top. So I ended up just giving her a couple of bracelets, and that's where I think I finished her. Kind of wind her out a little bit because they all tended to be really skinny. I couldn't quite figure out what I wanted to do, so I ended up, I think, giving her the friend to everyone one. And then as her traits, I gave her jealous because I feel like she got jealous really easily. And I also gave her self-assured because she's very self-assured. And here are my screenshots of the 5 girls. I really hope you enjoyed me building these guys. I had a lot of fun doing them. It's something different to what I've done before on my channel, and I think they turned out okay. Hopefully you guys think they did too. If you did like them, please give me a comment and a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the very next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!